today's most powerful nation in the world. But how, from just a few neglected colonies, was this world power born? A country whose one decision changes the fate of the world. Let's hear the unbelievable story of its rise. America, the remarkable journey from birth to the world's greatest power. The most powerful nation on earth, the United States of America. Today, that name itself is a symbol of power, technology, wealth, and freedom. But once upon a time, this land was nothing more than a cluster of small colonies. The modern superpower called America was born in the fire of war, sacrifice, and dreams. Its story is one of extraordinary transformation, where ordinary people's vision, struggle, and innovation gave birth to an entirely new civilization. In the late 15th century, when European explorers set out to discover the unknown corners of the world, the first chapter of American history began. In 1492, Christopher Columbus crossed the Atlantic Ocean and discovered the New World. Although he believed he had reached India, this new continent would soon become the foundation of future America. After that, England, France, Spain, and the Netherlands all rushed to the New World in search of trade, wealth, and territory. In 1607, the English established their first permanent colony at Jamestown, Virginia. Later came Massachusetts, Maryland, New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, gradually forming the 13 English colonies. These settlers had fled from Europe to escape persecution and seek religious freedom and economic opportunity. They dreamed of building a society where a person could shape his destiny through hard work. But the road to that dream was full of hardship. Diseases, famine, harsh winters, and conflicts with Native Americans claimed countless lives. Yet, little by little, they built new communities, where self-reliance, innovation, and labor became the highest virtues. By the early 1700s, the British Crown began imposing heavy taxes on the colonies, through acts like the Stamp Act, Tea Act, and Townshend duties. The colonists grew furious. They declared, no taxation without representation. If they had no voice in the British Parliament, they said, then taxation was unjust. In 1773, the famous Boston Tea Party erupted. Colonists dumped British tea into the harbor in protest. That act of defiance lit the flames of independence. In 1775, war broke out between the colonies and Great Britain. A year later, on July 4, 1776, Thomas Jefferson drafted the Declaration of Independence, proclaiming, "All men are created equal, and they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, among them life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." With that declaration, a new nation was born, the United States of America. After 8 years of brutal fighting, the Treaty of Paris was signed in 1783, and Britain formally recognized American independence. But freedom brought with it a new challenge: how to govern such a vast and diverse nation. To solve that, in 1787, America's founding fathers created one of the most influential documents in history, the U.S. Constitution. It declared that the nation would be a democratic republic, where power would rest with the people, the government would be elected, and every citizen would enjoy fundamental rights. That Constitution became not only the backbone of America but also a guiding light for democracy around the world. In 1789, George Washington took office as the first president of the United States. Under his leadership, the new government was formed, with an independent judiciary, a legislative body, and a federal system of administration. Thus began America's democratic journey. By the early 19th century, the United States began to expand rapidly. In 1803, President Thomas Jefferson made the Louisiana Purchase from France, doubling the size of the nation. Soon after, waves of settlers moved westward, driven by the idea of manifest destiny, the belief that God had destined America to spread across the entire continent. Railroads, the telegraph, and the steam engine revolutionized industry and communication. Cities grew rapidly, and people flocked toward opportunity. Yet behind this progress was a dark shadow: slavery. The southern states' agricultural economy depended heavily on enslaved African labor. The northern states opposed this brutal system, and the growing division eventually led to civil war. In 1861, President Abraham Lincoln declared his intent to abolish slavery. In response, 11 southern states seceded and formed the Confederate States of America. Thus began the American Civil War, a 4-year bloodbath that claimed more than 600,000 lives. Finally, in 1865, the Union emerged victorious, and Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation officially ended slavery. It was a defining moment, a turning point toward freedom and equality. After the war came the Reconstruction era. The southern states rejoined the Union, and both agriculture and industry began to rebuild. From 1870 to 1914 came what historians call the Gilded Age, a time of explosive industrial growth. Steel tycoon Andrew Carnegie, oil magnate John D. Rockefeller, and inventor Thomas Edison transformed the economy. This was the birth of the American dream, the belief that anyone could succeed through hard work and determination. Then came World War I in 1914. At first, the U.S. stayed neutral, but in 1917, it joined the Allies to fight in Europe. When the war ended, Europe lay in ruins, and America emerged as a new economic powerhouse. But prosperity didn't last forever. In 1929, disaster struck, the Great Depression. Millions lost their jobs, banks collapsed, and poverty spread across the nation. President Franklin D. Roosevelt responded with his bold New Deal, a series of programs to revive the economy, create jobs, and rebuild public confidence. Through public works, industrial reforms, and social security, the U.S. slowly recovered. But soon, the world was at war again. World War II began in 1939. Initially, America stayed out of it, until December 7, 1941, when Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. The United States entered the war, and after 4 grueling years, in 1945, the Allied powers defeated Germany, Italy, and Japan. For the first time in history, America used nuclear weapons, forever changing global warfare. When the war ended, Europe and Asia were devastated, but America stood tall, the new global superpower. Then began the Cold War, a long ideological and technological rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union. Both nations raced to dominate in nuclear power, military might, and space exploration. In 1969, America achieved one of humanity's greatest milestones. Astronaut Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon, declaring, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." It was a stunning symbol of American innovation and leadership. During this period, the foundations of the modern world were built, the birth of computers, the internet, and the digital age. The United States became a land of invention and ambition, leading in science, business, and culture. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed, marking the end of the Cold War. America stood as the world's only superpower. Throughout the 1990s and 2000s, the U.S. became the global hub of economy, technology, and entertainment. Silicon Valley rose as the capital of innovation. Companies like Google, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Facebook redefined the modern world, where knowledge, creativity, and technology became the new weapons of power. Yet, America's rise wasn't without struggle. The September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks shocked the nation and the world. In 2008, a global financial crisis tested its economic resilience. Political polarization, social inequality, and climate challenges continue to shape its modern identity. But through every storm, America has shown one enduring strength: its ability to rebuild, reinvent, and rise again. Today, the United States stands as the world's largest economy, the most powerful military, and the most influential culture. Despite its divisions, its core ideals remain the same: freedom, innovation, and opportunity for all. The story of America is not just a national history, it's a testament to human potential. A people who rose from colonization to independence, from slavery to equality, from poverty to prosperity. Their national motto, "In God We Trust," echoes their faith in freedom, in courage, and in the power of dreams. Because as long as humanity dares to dream, as long as people fight for liberty, the United States of America will remain a symbol of hope and inspiration for the entire world. What is the biggest lesson from this vast and unbelievable history of America? It is that a nation is not built merely by maps, war, or power. A nation is built by the dreams of its common people, their sacrifices, and their indomitable will to create something new in any situation. This story teaches us exactly this. Downfall or obstacles may come, but the real strength lies in learning from that downfall, creating equal opportunities for all, and rising up again with courage. If today's in-depth discussion has touched your mind even a little, or helped you learn some new information, only then is all my hard work worthwhile. Having you as a companion on this historical journey of archive of eras is a massive inspiration for me. I will have a heartfelt request. Please show your appreciation by giving the video a like. Please be sure to write your own opinion on this entire topic in the comments and share the video with your friends. And yes, to become a permanent member of this family, subscribe to the channel right now and press the adjoining bell icon, so that the next thrilling piece of history reaches you right on time. This support from you is the main strength of my journey. Always stay by my side. Thank you.